How's it going? Brian Abbott here. I'm about to finish up my degree at Arizona State University in technological entrepreneurship and management. Um, a little bit about myself first is I was a Marine back in 2009 to 2013. I did communications repair basically, so I was electrical engineering in a warehouse doing like third echelon repairs, that sort of thing. Um, Basically, as soon as I was done with that 4 year mark, I separated from the military and used that to obtain my GI Bill and go to school. I first started off at the University of Oregon, getting my general education completed. Um, Learned throughout that process I really didn't enjoy the classroom setting and having 250 students in one classroom with one professor. Just really wasn't my taste. Uh, so I decided to shift and I went to Lane Community College. And the community college scenario where you had about 25 students per classroom, I actually found out you had a lot more time and a lot more comfortability to actually learn and get your work done, and the professors had a lot more time to actually make sure you were doing that. As I finished up the general education there, I realized that the University of Oregon actually didn't have an engineering degree or program that I could go in and complete, so I had to shift my focus to Arizona State University, but that would have included a move, and I'd had to build the logistics to be able to complete that. I didn't want to have to worry about that, so I began searching on online schools, and that's why I landed with Arizona State. Um, as far as the online itself without the degree, I loved it. It was very fluid. You were able to learn at your own pace. A lot of professors, and I like when they did this, they would release all the information, and regardless of whether I would complete it ahead of time, I would look at all the assignments and complete all the assignments and continue to work on those assignments up until the due date. So it still looked like I turned them in at the last second, but I was working on it the entire time, and I found that a lot easier to learn and build. And as I was going through the semester, I already knew what was coming and could see how this was building towards that goal. So for any student who doesn't like the classroom setting, I highly recommend online settings. They are amazing. And you can do it from anywhere. So I'm here in Oregon, in Eugene, Oregon, and I'm able to complete my degree at Arizona State. And whenever I do get my degree, there's no difference between what I'm getting and what the on-campus students get. So no one's gonna ever know. It's pretty amazing. As far as the TEM degree, I had more of a focus. If you're trying to get into business and you really aren't sure what it is in business that you're wanting to do, go into TEM. TEM pretty much covers every topic about business that you can think of, but it does it in a broad way in which it delivers the important information and then moves on. So we've gone over how to recognize a gap in a market, how to obtain those customers, how to test your product with those customers instantly, creating an MVP, prototyping, that sort of thing. How to advertise, what are the regulations in your state, your country, how do you commercialize that entity, how do you get it into foreign countries, how do you advertise in foreign countries, how do you change and innovate and pivot based on your market changes. It's just a very fantastic degree to kind of get a broad sense of business. And coming from me, where I had an engineering degree or engineering focus, I really didn't know business. All I knew was schematics, how to work electricity, how to work with fluid dynamics, that sort of thing. I knew nothing about business. And after completing the TM degree, I feel as if I have a pretty good foothold on what to do and what not to do in terms of businesses, and even in terms of what not to do. Being part of a good long-term strategy is just being able to pivot and fix your mistakes and learn from them, and be able to keep driving forward. The business that stalls and ends up stopping and doesn't innovate, doesn't pivot, and just goes stagnant are the businesses that do inevitably fail. So would I recommend the TM degree for students? Of course I would. Would I recommend the online format to students? Of course I would. Um, with that said, I hope everyone out there feels the same way as I did. It was a fantastic degree. I had very great professors. They were very intuitive, very on the grounds. I had 3 or 4 professors that were giving their personal feedback from the experiences that they had, and that's something that you never see from other professors, especially in your local environments. All they could have really expected to have gone through is all the local businesses and stuff like that. And especially in Eugene, those businesses aren't very huge. They're not commercialized businesses. And so to actually work with professors who've been around the world commercially and have done things like that, it was very eye-opening. And with that, thank you, and I hope everyone completes their degree and moves on to their future endeavors. Thank you.